What up, everybody? How are you guys? I am doing well. I am feeling well. The New York Mets have signed Bichette. I know it's kind of old news, and I know I'm late to the party, but we are here to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I know you guys probably want to talk about it, but this was a big day for the Mets. A big day because we came off of a really tough night last night, and a lot of people were struggling, and I'm with you. I was just as mad as you guys. I was just as pissed off, and I get it. I get it. But Steve Cohen and David Stearns did their thing today. They did their thing. They shout out Patty's happy. She's ready. I mean, it's a good day to be a Mets fan. It's a good day. And listen, I know Bo Bichette's not like the perfect fit. I know he's not, Kyle Tucker, I guess. But you know what? This guy was one of the best bats on the market, and he's right-handed. He's exactly what we needed. So let's stop pretending like we didn't need this guy or worrying about where this guy's going to play. This guy's a baller. He's a beast, and I'm happy. Now, did we have to overpay to get him? Sure. But who cares? It's a 3-year deal. It's worth, what, 42 million? It's 47 the first year. But, Quays, let's pull up some of these. Let's hear from the media first, and then we'll get into everything else. So, Quays, if you can, let's pull up some of the media on this stuff, and then we'll get into all this other stuff about Bo Bichette to the Mets. I'm so happy, by the way. Couldn't be happier. So right there, 3 years, $126 million. Again, opt out after year 1, opt out after year 2. The first year, Bichette is going to make $47 million. Okay? I know that's crazy, but you had to do what you had to do. Now, even if he opts out, next year, he gets paid $42 million. So I think we got this guy for a minimum of 2 years. I do. Because 47 for the first year and 42 for the second, that is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And Patty, I know you want to talk about Cody, but right now it's all about Bichette. It's all about Bichette. But that's the structure of the deal. 3 years, $126 million. I know it averages out to $42 a year, but the first year is $47 million. Second year is $42 million. So I guess what would the third year be? I don't know how that works, but I guess the Mets, I think there's a buyout in it somewhere. So again, I'm ecstatic. Yes, did we lose Kyle Tucker? We did. But we replaced him with a legit dude. A legitimate guy. And this guy's clutch. All right? This guy gets a lot of hits. He strikes out. But this guy is on the ball. This is exactly what the Mets needed. And they did their job. So I'm very happy about this signing. Very happy. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, well, we lost Tucker, this and that. And where does he fit? Who cares? We needed a bat, and we got it. Shout out to you. How am I feeling? I'm ecstatic. Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be with this? 11 or 12 hours after Tucker goes, we go out and we sign, in my opinion, the best hitter on the market. This guy's a clutch player. He's been in big game after big game, and he delivers. And that's the difference between him and the old guard. The old guard didn't hit in the clutch. We didn't hit when, it mattered. We struck out. We had troubles with runners in scoring position. And this is and again, right-handed bat. Now, did I want Tucker? 100% I wanted Tucker. But I wanted this guy. I put out a post on this guy on, I believe it was December 20th. And I asked a lot of people about him. But yeah, let's just get to some of the content creators before I get into the whole, what I wanted to do. Let's get into what all the people are saying in the media, and then I'm going to get into my opinion on it and where the Mets go. I'm going to be talking about the payroll. I'm going to be talking about a lot about this. So bear with me, fellas. Let's listen in to some of the other people first.
Stevie Cohen woke up this morning and was like, crap. One of the things that Scott said was Stevie Cohen woke up this morning and was like, crap, I didn't get Tucker. I'm going after Bo. My argument was, I don't think he slept last night. Do you think Stevie Cohen, the way that he came into New York and is like, this is going to be a winning team. I want to become the team of New York City. I want to be this, that, like all the things that he said. Do you think he is enjoying the way it is going based on the splash he made last year with Juan Soto and the fact that he trusted David Stearns' pitching up until May 16th-ish, his pitching plan? Do you think he enjoys the way it's going, or do you think this move solidifies the fact that he's like, David, great job. Get out of my way. We're getting Bo because I cannot lose out on another guy.
I'll be honest. I hope Steve Cohen's not happy with how it's going. The Mets still haven't done anything. So it would be honestly awful if he was like, hey, this is going pretty well. I mean, I think we know he's pretty excited about the project that's going to be going on in Citi Field in the next coming years. That's probably a big thing that's helping him out. But for this Mets team, like, I do think this was a bit of a move that was a little on tilt. Like, I think he got a little frustrated.
Who cares?
The Mets seemingly gave a pretty good offer to him. Maybe something that. So it does feel a little like he kind of saw in here that we have to go get this next guy. That's the guy I want. I know that it's been that the Mets had been talking about, that this was the plan all along, that if they didn't get Tucker, they'd move to Bichette. But we hadn't heard anything from an outside perspective. I think that Cohen definitely got a little frustrated with what happened last night, and they decided to put all their money and put their chips into Bo Bichette, and hopefully more moves coming forward, because this team still got, again, a lot of holes.
Oh, yeah. All right, so there you guys have it. This, and I agree 1,000%. This was a Steve Cohen move. This was a Steve Cohen move, and it was also a David Stearns move. I'm not going to front. This was a David Stearns move too, because this was their backup plan. They met with this guy all the way back in the winter meetings. Okay? They met with him. They were checking in on him. So I think this is their plan B. And it's a good plan B. You know why? Because like I said, he's a right-handed batter. He's flexible. He's a high average hitter. Something that we haven't had. We've had power. We've had other things. But now we have a guy that leads the league in hits 3 of the last 5 years. That's what we needed. And we got it. So shout out to Cohen. Shout out to Stearns for getting it done. You can argue he's a better bat than Tucker. I agree. He's a better, I think, higher average guy. He hit 44 doubles last year. Played his ass off in the playoffs. You can make a case he's a better hitter than Tucker over the last 2 years. And again, Bo Bichette also has injury concerns too. In 2024, he didn't play well at all. He was like a negative WAR player. But last season, he picked right off where he started. He was healthy again. Now the question is, where do you put him? Do you put him in left? Do you put him at second? I don't think he's going to be at second, because I think that's Simeon. I think that the New York Mets want up the middle defense with Lindor and Simeon. That's gold glove stuff right there. You're not going to touch that with Bo Bichette. Even though Bichette's improved at second base, you're not going to touch that. That's a good thing going. So maybe third base, maybe DH, maybe left field. I mentioned this. If this guy was a shortstop, you don't think this guy could play center field maybe? If Jeff McNeil played center field, you don't think that Bo Bichette can? I mean, it remains to be seen. But again, I think this is a great signing. Perfect signing. And again, I don't mind paying Bo Bichette $40-something million. I think it's a better deal than Kyle Tucker, if I'm being honest. I think it's better. And it fits the Mets more. Because let's be honest, the Mets needed a guy that not a high strikeout guy, a guy that hits with runners in scoring position. That was one of their biggest faults last year, was not hitting with runners in scoring position. But Bo Bichette is a guy that gets it done in the clutch. We've watched it time and time again. This guy's got a major league pedigree. His father was a borderline Hall of Famer. Yes, he played in Colorado, but he was really good for a really long time. And here's another thing. Bo Bichette is just 28. So it made sense. It made 100% sense. So I'm totally with it. And I'm happy that Steve Cohen went out and said, you know what? Fuck you. That's exactly what he did. Tucker, you don't want to come here? Guess what? I'll get Bo Bichette. And we took him from the Phillies. Because last night, Philly had offered him, I think, 7 years at $300 million or something crazy. But we did it. We got it done. And let me tell you something. We are a much better team today than we were yesterday. There is hope in Queens, and there's a lot of it. So I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy about this move. I think it fits what they're trying to do. I think it's going to work out because you could put him out in the outfield. You could put him in, second base. You may even be able to put him at first base. Now we need to look at other areas. But let's just stick on Bo Bichette on why this is good. Quays, pick me up another video of some other content creators and their thoughts on the whole situation with. We'll go to, I think, Todd Zeal. Todd Zeal was pretty good. And then I want to go to Jeremy Blevins after that. And if you guys are commenting, please open up the X thing. If you guys are on YouTube, open up X, and that's where I'll see your comments, okay? Thank you, guys. Here's Todd Zeal. I can't hear it, Quays. I can't hear it, Quays.
The disappointment of the long
there we go.
Battle.
I guess we'll get run into some technical difficulties. Wow. DM says it was a desperation move. You really think that? I don't think you're a Met fan. I don't think you're a Met fan. I'm sorry. Because you say that to me, that tells me you first off, you're saying buddy. So right then and there, I know you're not a Met fan. How is it desperate? How is it desperate at all? Tell me that. Honestly, explain that to me. We needed a right-handed bat. Are you kidding me? I don't know. It is what it is. Elvin says Eddie's cooking. Listen, I appreciate Evan. Now he says, look it up. Look it up, buddy. Okay. Well, look what up? What am I looking up? A desperation move? I mean, are we kidding me? You guys are any fan that's calling this a desperation move, you're out of your mind. Or you're not a Met fan. If you're not a Met fan, just admit it. That's cool. I don't mind. You root for another team. Whose radar was he on? And whose radar was Tucker on? Everybody with Tucker said he was going to either Mets or Blue Jays. Come on, DM. Come on. Do better. Do better. You know that. Nobody had the Dodgers. Vegas didn't even have the Dodgers. So what are we talking about? Desperation move. All right, let's pull up Todd Zeal. I want to hear from Todd. Quays, you can pull up the Todd Zeal or no? Here we go.
Long fought battle to get Kyle Tucker. goes away last night and leads in today with the signing of Bichette. Bichette, I think, is a quality player. I think it's a really good signing for the Mets. I think he's a guy that has shown his ability to get a lot of base hits, to get on base at a high percentage, to hit for a high average, and to be able to drive the baseball, drive in runs. And so he's a little bit of a different kind of hitter than the Mets have had from the right side in the past number of years. Maybe not as much power, but he's going to be on base. He's a guy that can set the table as well as be a quality defender. Probably going from shortstop to third base would be the likely solution for him. He's had
third base.
Part of the Toronto Blue Jays. The one thing that I think that probably questions a lot of people out there, or that comes to mind, is the opt-out after 1 year. I think the Mets right now have a lot of confidence in the guys that they have coming up through the system, whether it be Jet Williams or Carson Bench. And if Brett Beatty has to go to first base or to go to left field to get his at-bats, I have a lot of confidence in Brett Beatty. I think he's really turned the corner. So I think this combination of Bichette with Beatty moving somewhere, even if Bichette opts out after a year, which I wouldn't expect him to do if they have a good year and they're in contention, then the Mets have options coming up through the minor leagues. And David Stearns has always been very, very clear about his intent to let the guys that are coming up through the minor leagues be guys that have an impact at the big league level. So once again, we'll see what else shakes out. I think they're still aggressively, actively pursuing a pitcher, and maybe we'll have some more news in the next couple of days. But until now, Bichette and Matt, I personally think it's a nice move.
I agree. Obviously, it's a nice move. But one thing I'll say, I don't want to see Brett Beatty in left field. No, thank you. Either you put him at first base, or you keep him at third, or you trade him. Brett Beatty's not a left fielder. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me Brett Beatty's a left fielder. Please don't tell me that, because that to me is insane. He's not the fastest guy in the world. I think that you're asking for it by putting Beatty in left field. You're out of your mind. I'd put Bichette there. You put Bichette in left field. No way I'm putting Beatty in left field. I think Bichette's a perfect left fielder. He's young. Yes, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but left field, you're not covering that much ground, and you don't need to have the best arm. So give me Bichette out in left. I don't want to see Brett Beatty in left field. Get the hell out of here with that. No, thank you. No way. How would that even work? Again, if you're going to keep Brett Beatty, keep him at third base. That's where he's worth something. And again, I think that combination's still up in the air with Beatty and Vientos. I'd be very surprised if both of them are on the team. Seriously, I'd be very, very surprised at that. If Brett Beatty and Vientos on this team next year, I would be shocked. Shocked. And again, it all depends what they're going to do. To me, I think the higher ceiling at third base and run prevention is Brett Beatty. But you put Beatty in left field, that's not run prevention. I'm sorry. You're out of your mind with that. I don't understand that move. So hold on, just give me 1 second. I'm answering some of the people. Again, I see a bunch of you are responding to me on X. I have to pull it off my phone. So if you can, just come in the page. Same with YouTube. I might have a special guest too line up. What does Patty say? Eddie, I think there's money on Bo's opt-out like they did with Soto. Mets can trade Beatty for all I care. Yeah, the opt-out is something like he can opt out, but if the Mets pay him $5 million, he's automatically opted in. That's what I saw. So again, I know a lot of people don't like Beatty. I get it. But Beatty's a decent third baseman. Frankly, he's a good third baseman. So if it was up to me, I'm gonna keep Beatty at third, and I'm putting Bichette in left field. I'm more comfortable with that. Let's hear from Jim Duquette. Quays, pull up Jim Duquette. This was the initial reaction to the signing.
The New York Mets are on the board. They quickly pivot from the disappointment of signing Kyle Tucker, who moved on to the Dodgers. They get Bichette, one of the top free agent hitters and defenders. He's a former shortstop, going to move to third base for the Mets. He's a 25 or so homer bat. I think it gives them certainly balance in their lineup with the lefties that they have with Soto and Lindor. Bichette is the top of the lineup type of offensive player. Hit over 300, high 800 OPS. Also could steal 25 bags or so, even though he's dealing with a knee.
Nah, he can't steal bases.
Last year. But he's a quality guy. Bat the ball skills, doesn't strike out. He's an on-base guy as well. So a lot to like about Bichette. It takes Brett Beatty, likely moves him to first base, although I think you could consider him in left field as well. He has that positional flexibility. But the Mets got one of the top free agent position players, and they got him on a short-term deal, 3-year deal, overall, $126 million, 2 opt-outs. But I like this move for the Mets, and we'll see what else they have. I think it's time for them to pivot towards pitching too. Wouldn't shock me that they go down that starting pitching route next.
First off, what is Jim Duquette talking about? With this guy can steal bases. Has he? I mean, I don't think he's had. I'm looking it up right now. I'm going to say he's never had a 30 stolen base season. I'm looking it up right now. I'm almost positive. Most stolen bases he ever had in a year was 5 seasons ago. In 2021, and that was 25. And after that, it's been 13, 5, 5, 4. So Jimmy Duquette doesn't know what he's talking about with the stolen bases. The other thing he said, he doesn't strike out. Now, in 2022, which is one of his better years, 2021, 2022, he struck out 137 times and 155 times. But since then, he has declined. 2023, 115 times with a 306 batting average. And last year, he only struck out 91 times with 40 walks. That's good. I like that a lot. And let me tell you something, too. This guy's numbers with batting, with runners in scoring position. Let me get it for you. Hold on. I want to say it's like 290 or something. It's extremely high. Here it is. It's 339 for his career. So Bichette for his career is at 339 batting average with runners in scoring position. All right, let's pull up. What else do we got, Quays? What other videos do we have? Do we have any other ones we could show? Or no? Oh, yeah. Let's hear Salicata. I wanted to hear this. Again, I want to get to everybody's take. Put this louder.
The biggest downfall for him at shortstop was his range. That's a little bit overplayed as far as Bichette not being able to play third base. I think anybody that can handle shortstop, the biggest downfall for him at shortstop was his range. He's not very fleet of foot. He doesn't steal bases.
Right.
Third base, you don't really need range. You need good instincts and a quick glove. Now, his arm strength isn't going to be confused with a Matt Chapman, so he's not going to make those spectacular plays from the grass, but he's going to give you a chance for a guy that has played a solid shortstop to move to third base. That one's an easy check mark for me. First base is a little bit of a question mark. I always think that first base is an underappreciated, really important glove. I mean, all of the plays. Bo Bichette can make a great throw, but if you can't catch it on the other end, it doesn't matter. I think Pete Alonso was underappreciated as far as the glove goes, but I think Jorge Polanco or Brett Beatty, if they want him to play a little bit of first base, or even Vientos can do some things over there, they'll at least be serviceable. So I think the defense is better than it was last year at this point for sure.
100%. 100% the defense is better. 1,000%. You have Simeon at second. I would think Beatty's still going to be at third. And then you got Bo Bichette. You're probably going to put him in left field. So now I don't know what's going to happen in center. Well, I'm going to get to that. But even if you have Tyrone Taylor, the defense is definitely upgraded. And I think Bo Bichette would be perfect in left field. Because, again, he doesn't have a cannon, but he doesn't necessarily need one. And I think he'll have enough range, even though he's not the best defender, to actually create enough defense and enough run prevention. He'll be better than Brandon Nimmo, for sure. Much better than Nimmo. So, we'll see. Again, take it slow. We'll see what happens. But again, I don't see Bo Bichette going to third base. I don't see it. I really don't. So hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. We got my man.
My guy.
What's up? What up?
What is going on, bro?
Bro, I'm ecstatic. What's going on, man? What's with this fucking Spurs cap? What's going on here?
It's the outfit. It's the outfit.
Oh my goodness, guy! You need to pay. We got to hold on for a second. Hold on. I think we got to remove Tom. Hold on. That's not happening. No. We don't wear no Spurs cap up in here. Hold on. All right. Better. What the fuck was that? Guy's doing Knicks post games with me, and he's wearing a Spurs hat. Holy shit!
I'm a 1B fan. No, I'm just playing.
Listen. I like 1B too. I'm not gonna lie. I can't front. Let me put this out on Twitter.
Of course, got you.
Yeah, everybody retweet, share, like the whole nine. Hey, give me top. Give me your thoughts on the signing. I'm listening to you. Hold on, I'm gonna get a drink.
Absolutely. Hey man, it's a great pivot. A great pivot. You're talking about a dude that is one of the best right-handed hitters in the league. A really solid defender. He's not great. Obviously, he's a little bit of a question mark in terms of defensive run save, but he's a great right-handed hitter. He's gonna work great hitting in that 2-hole, right? I think it'll be Lindor, him, and then it'll be Soto. I think that lineup, that 1, 2, and 3 combination right there would be perfect. So yeah, trust me. I think it'll work. It'll definitely work. It is a great pivot.
How happy are you? Like, I mean, I am fucking over. I'm happier with this with them than I am with Tucker.
Yeah. No. I honestly like,
because I put this out there like a while ago. I put a tweet out. Got a lot of hits. Did well, and everybody told me he's not a fit. And I'm thinking to myself, the guy's right-handed. He's got like a great batting average with runners in scoring position. Doesn't strike out. Like, this guy fits.
Yeah. No. I'm very, very happy about it. I was kind of bummed out with the whole Tucker thing, because for one thing, I'll say this because I know they're getting a lot of flack for it, which I really don't understand why. The Mets going $55 million per year on Tucker just shows that they really wanted the dude, and they were willing to give him whatever. I wouldn't say whatever, because obviously they didn't go the 60, but they thought he was worth that.
They thought they had him. Let's be honest.
Had him. He's not a superstar. I need people to get this superstar conversation. He's not a superstar. He's a star.
You talk about Tucker.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but both players are stars, not superstars. I agree. 100% agree with you.
Absolutely. Right. They still went to the lengths that they did. Remember, they offered him 50 and they were only going to stay at 50. They went 5 million more. So they were only going to stay at 3. They went a year above. So they went to the lengths of getting out of their comfort zone to try to get Tucker. Tucker wanted to win a chip. Tucker went the Diaz route. Tucker had his other. The Mets got used in a way. Whether people
100%, yeah.
And
it wasn't Boris. Surprisingly, it was XL Sports. Right. Like that's the shocking part. Like this. They have Kyle Schwarber, but they don't have like a ton of players. And it's shocking. He didn't even bring the offer back to the Mets. No. He just took it, said, yo, this is my offer from the Mets. Can you do better? And they're like, yep, here you go. But he did get $30 million in deferred. So,
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's just it was just in that moment, Eddie. I mean, as soon as it happened, I'll be honest with you, dude. I was scared for this team because I genuinely sitting there, looking at the notifications. I genuinely didn't know what their pivot was gonna be. I really
right. I first thing I thought, okay, Bellinger.
Even that, I was like, yo, I don't even think the Bellinger thing. If that's gonna be their next big move, I didn't think that I was like, damn, I think they're I don't know if that's gonna just work. Now
we'll get into that later. We'll get into Bellinger later, but
now because they shot. First of all, they weren't even in this. In terms of conversation, I don't think anybody saw Bichette as an option.
Right. Nobody mentioned this.
For me, he was going to Philly.
I thought that's what I thought too.
Going to Philly, he was a Philly. I was like, listen, if he does well in Philly,
he's gonna kill us.
Rats, we're gonna have a tough time with him. I did not see the Mets swooping in. And
wait on that, Quace. Wait on that.
I really didn't. I swear to God, he was the last dude on my mind in terms of options.
I had mentioned him, but I mentioned him sort of in passing. I'm like, Bichette would be really good. I just don't know if Stearns or Cohen thinks he's a fit. That's what I said. But sure enough, you lose out on Tucker, and 12 hours later, it turns out we've been talking to this guy for 2 months.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something interesting. You think they're going to bat him second, huh?
Yes. I think with the combination of Lindor, I think Lindor is going to stay as a leadoff. They're going to start that. I don't think that's going to be something where they're going to be like, hey, we're going to start with something different. I think they're going to start that to see how Lindor starts. Obviously, how Lindor starts is important. Sometimes he's a
slow starter, yeah.
And then he picks up the pace. But I think they're going to keep him at leadoff. And because he's a switch hitter, then you go into your lefty-righty matchup. So that right there. And then on top of that also plays an effect because we talk about Bellinger.
Right.
Do go get Bellinger. You're talking about putting Belly as your number 4 hitter.
That would be nice.
So then you're talking about lefty. If you're facing a righty, lefty.
Oh, dude, you're blurring on the screen. I don't know what's going on.
I'm kind of noticing. I don't know why. I've been kind of phrasing, but 1 second. Let me.
We're having technical difficulties tonight. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. Yeah, do you got Verizon?
No, I got Spectrum.
Okay, all right. Because I know a lot of people in New York are going nuts about the Verizon thing. So.
Oh yeah, I peeped that.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it shut down for what, almost a whole day?
Yeah, I think so. And they're offering $20 credit. People are like, "Fuck that."
Yeah. 1 second. I'm gonna just give me
Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Yeah, do what you got to do. We'll get this. So as we sit now, and Top is getting ready to back into this. Shout out to Eva. Shout out to Tracy. Appreciate you reposting. And again, I see your comments on X. Like David, you said, I think the Mets aren't done. I see it, but it's on my X, so I cannot post it here. So if you want, just open up the stream. Same thing on YouTube. If you're on X, I think you can comment on YouTube as well. If you want, that's how I see it. I won't see it if you just at me on X, which I know a lot of people are doing. So it's all right. It's not a big deal. But if you want me to see it, that's what you guys got to do. Speaking of which, let's get to Steve Gelbs. Steve Gelbs. I want to hear from Gelbs. I want to hear from everybody because I'm interested because a lot of people have different opinions on this whole thing. So let's get to this.
What a pivot for the New York Mets. Less than 24 hours after losing out on Kyle Tucker, they swoop in, go bold, and sign up Bo Bichette to a 3-year deal. I mused about this last night when they lost Kyle Tucker. Figured the Mets would still be in play for the big free agents, and I wondered if Bo Bichette would be a guy that they could pivot to and rethink third base, and it seems like that's exactly what the Mets have done. So many things to like about this move, not the least of which is, in all likelihood, it takes him away from the Phillies. If the Mets didn't sign him,
100%.
there were a lot of rumblings that Bo Bichette was heading to Philadelphia. So that, first and foremost, a big deal. This is a guy that has been a clutch hitter at every stage of his career. I have the numbers right here. A career 330 hitter with a 904 OPS with runners in scoring position.
Right.
Career numbers for Bo Bichette, a type of player that the Mets desperately missed a season ago. As for the fit, like I said, likely third base. That means Brett Beatty, who the Mets believe is a very versatile and athletic player, will get moved around the diamond. Play some third, play some second as we've seen, but also get some time at first base maybe. Maybe move him to the outfield, play some left field as well. So Brett Beatty becomes kind of that super utility guy as of right now. But once again, huge move, huge pivot. Bo Bichette, a New York Met.
There we go. So again, key words on that. 330 batting average with runners in scoring position. 906 OPS with runners in scoring position. What was our biggest problem last year? What was our biggest problem? Not hitting with runners in scoring position. That was the biggest problem. I was at that last series in Miami. I know you guys went to a ton of games in September. And what do we watch? The Mets never delivered with runners in scoring position. It would be like solo home runs or, a guy on first and a 2-run home or something like that. What did Juan Soto? I don't think Juan Soto even had a 3-run homer, maybe to like the last game of the year. So that is the key to this whole thing. Top is back. He's fixed. We just watched Steve Gelbs. And again, I was saying to the audience, hold off on this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Please. I was just saying, 330 batting average with runners in scoring position. 906 OPS with runners in scoring position. 44 doubles. What did we miss last year? Hitting with runners in scoring position. That was our biggest need, and we filled it with the right-handed bat.
With a really good one. I think that.
And Philly doesn't got anything, too.
No. And you want to know the best part about that? They offered him a 7-year, $200 million contract.
200. I saw that.
That's exactly what he wanted. He asked for that. Like they gave him exactly what he asked for, and he still took the Mets offer.
Yeah, but this offer was dope. Let's be honest. This was a dope offer. First off, he's getting 40. I think now correct me if I'm wrong.
42 mil.
42 mil a year, but I read 47 mil the first year, and then like 42 the second, something like that, and then I guess the third, is less.
I believe so. I'm actually gonna check that up real quick because I didn't.
And something I read with if he opts out, you pay $5 million and automatically you can pick it up.
Yes, if he opts out, yes, that I know. He if he opts out, he gets the $5 million.
No. But I think if we pay it, he's in. He's locked into the contract.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Which is very good.
Yes. So John Heyman put he can be a free agent at 28, 29, or 30 with $5 million. With the $5 million.
Wait, I thought he's 28 this year. No.
No, he's 27.
Oh shit, that's even better. Like
Better.
we should have been on the like where were we? Where the fuck were we? That's incredible.
Yeah, that's
Yo, let me ask you one, devil's advocate.
Mhm.
Why do you think Toronto let him go?
You know what? That I really don't.
Because they're too right-handed heavy.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, I mean, I would have thought that because they lost on Tucker, that they would have at least tried to bring him back.
Right. So that's the only thing I'm a little like, wait a second, hold on, time out. What am I missing?
Right. Yeah.
Because the dude is clutch. Had a big home run for them, and had a ton of big home runs, even down the stretch. So, Sand says, I don't know. I never read that. Did you read that, Top?
I actually never saw that. That's interesting. Oh, I'm looking at the comments now. Hi, Patty. But yeah, I've never. Wow, that's actually pretty interesting. I have not seen that. Wow, listen, that's a concern.
I've never heard that before. That's very interesting.
With his injury history, makes sense. Well, we'll see how that plays out here. Let's see how healthy.
Do you think he could possibly be RDH?
Bo, I mean, it depends, but I think they want him. They want him defensively as well.
And ultimately, where do you think he ends up? Third base, left out. I think left field.
Well, John Heyman did come out and Will Salmon, and then obviously everybody else reported he's expected to play third. So
what happens with Beatty? First?
No, left field.
Oh, I don't like that.
If he doesn't get traded, but
I don't like that at all. I don't like Beatty in left field.
We're talking about him playing first.
Has that been a conversation? Because I've never heard it.
Yeah, they've had conversations with him about it. He's actually
because he's a big, tall guy.
Right. He's actually played. I think he played a game in AAA in first base.
A game. That's not saying much. But so did Polanco never played first either. So
yeah,
it's like the movie Moneyball. You know.
I think they could take if they're gonna do it, they can take the risk with him because he's a really good defender. So if you're talking about a really good defender in third base, I think you can take the risk with him doing it at first because he knows one side of the corner. You can let him adapt in the second. I don't think that's much of a risk. I think with Polanco's really never done it in his career, and I know he's a veteran, so he can adapt as well. But at least Brett Beatty has played the corner, and knows somewhat of how it is to play that position.
Do you think Beatty would be a plus defender at first?
I think he can. He's a good defender.
How tall is he? He's like 6. He's up there, right? Like he's like 6'4" or something. He's up there. I want to say.
I believe so. I'm gonna check that out.
Can somebody look that up? I want to know how tall he is because again, if he's a tall first baseman, that's a big target. He's a good fielder. We know that for sure.
He's 6'3".
Okay, that's big. That's good.
Yeah. So
I wonder about the throwing.
We'll see. I've never really had a concern about his throwing at third base. So, and I know it's different, but I really never had a concern with his arm.
Do you think it's possible he gets traded or Vientos gets traded?
if they put him in a trade for either try to get like a Duran Duran, or they try to put him as a or they try to put him in a
for a
trade
pitcher.
for a pitcher, yeah, for like a Peralta. So
But again, I don't think we're going to get Peralta. I'll tell you why. They won 9. They had the best record in baseball. All right. They're still going to have they're going to come back. That team's fine.
right.
And I think they got a chance to win it, be in it again. Yes, they haven't had much postseason success. I'll give you that. However, they're still really good. They got, McGill's brother, who's a really good pitcher. They got a good bullpen. Like, I don't see why they wouldn't. They would just give up on that. That's my take on that.
I mean, they've been listening to offers, so they have an interest in moving them. It's a little weird, of course, because they're still good and they're still gonna win the NL Central, but they've been listening to offers, so it's not like they are not entertaining it, that they're not interested. They're very interested in possibly trading for him. I think
he's got a lot of trade value like right now. Let's be honest.
And you can extend him. That's how good he is.
I know the Marlins like him a lot.
I haven't seen that, but that would be, talk about a move that they would love to do.
Right.
Just to put him with that young rotation. And they just lost one of their best pitchers in Cabrera to the Cubs.
But he's not even. I don't even think that guy was that good. Like, he's like, to me, a 4 starter.
Yeah,
Cabrera.
But the way their rotation is set up, they don't really have an ace per se. So
right.
The Peralta added with a bunch of young arms.
Peralta would be great. I just don't see the Brewers doing it. That's it.
It would depend on the haul. I think a Sproat would have to go into that package.
It's gonna be Sproat. It's gonna be Jet.
I don't think Tong. I think Tong's off limit. I think they have more upside on Tong than they have with Sproat.
I agree.
Yeah, so.
I think they out of the 3. I think Tong they value the highest. I'm not including McLean.
Right. He had So I think it's one of those things where they see Tong in that rotation this year, and they're willing to be like, yo, we'll get off of Sproat, and we'll put him in a package for Peralta, because Peralta is going to be our number 1 in that rotation. So, and
then you could look to Minnesota, who is looking for position players. And you could ask about Joe Ryan. I don't think Buxton, but that would match Beatty or Vientos going there. That would make sense, right?
Yeah, the only thing with Joe Ryan is that I don't think the Twins,
he's not like a bona fide ace. I know.
No, he's good, but yeah, he's not a bona fide ace. I just don't think the Twins right now want to move him, because they already came out and said they're not going to move him. So I don't think they want to re-entertain the conversation now.
But I mean, where are they going? They have no chance in that division.
That's why it never made sense when they came out and said they weren't going to trade him.
Right. Maybe that's a leverage thing.
Maybe. I mean, if it is, I don't. It wouldn't make any sense to me. But if they do get a Peralta, I don't see them really adding a Joe Ryan, only because if you
it's one or the other.
Yeah. Okay. If you're looking at that way.
Yeah. That's I was pivoting from Peralta to Ryan.
Peralta is a better option.
Oh, agreed. He's a much better. He's a more seasoned pitcher. It's not even close.
You might as well just put your chips in for him at this point.
I personally don't see them trading him because they're that good. Like, again, think about it, Top. You had the best record in Major League Baseball, and you're going to give away your ace to the Mets?
But that's what I'm saying. They're entertaining the conversation. That's what's concerning.
I know it's been reported. I know. It's been heavily reported. I just can't see it. But again, what the fuck do I know?
Right. I just don't see how you entertain the conversation and then all of a sudden you're just like, we're just gonna pull back. Like I think they want to trade him. I think they want to keep the their prospects full.
They're gonna have to get a really good pitching prospect to get rid of him, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's depending on who they like though, because again, who's to say that they like Sproul? They
right. Maybe they like Tong. Maybe they like Scott.
Right, exactly. So
yeah, it's interesting. Again, I would love to get Peralta. Love it. And I think it fit the Mets perfectly, especially with that clubhouse.
Absolutely.
He's kind of built for New York.
David Stearns knows him. Like,
yeah.
That's why the Tucker thing fit so well, because he came under David Stearns. David Stearns drafted him. So it's like that's David Stearns. That's like if you wanted to know what player David
type
Stearns
of architect
was, not even that, a player that he was willing to get, be like, yo, I'll throw the money at him. It was Kyle Tucker.
Yeah,
so it's like,
high on base,
coaches,
high barrel rate.
Right, our hitting coaches, Jeff Albert, Troy Snicker, like they came from the Astros. They were there when he was there. Like those were his hitting coaches. David Stearns, when David Stearns was the president of baseball operations for the Houston Astros before going to the Brewers, he drafted Kyle Tucker. Like that was David Stearns' guy. That's why the Tucker thing made sense. It's just unfortunate. Obviously, he missed out on him, but it's with Peralta. It's sort of the same. It's sort of the same thing.
Right. So. Yeah, he's David Stearns' guy. I get it. I again, and I'm with it. I just hope the Brewers are like, we're contending. That's what I worry about.
Correct. Right. So we'll see. We will definitely see, man.
Let's play the Evan Roberts interview. Hold on.
You have an issue with the fact that he can opt out after 1 year. That you're paying the guy. And
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, I would. I liked it better when it was 3 years. No,
100%. And 2 would be fine. But I still have to ask the question: is this Mets team well positioned enough to be doing a 1 year deal with Bo Bichette? Meaning, we're going to win it this year, and Bo Bichette is helping us doing it, like the Yankees did with Juan Soto.
Right.
It was worth it.
Right.
1 year.
Yeah,
deal,
but they traded for him.
We got to the World Series. Now we stunk, and it was what it is. But we got to where we wanted to go. Are the Mets doing that with Bo Bichette?
I think they're trying to make the playoffs. They're clearly not as good as the Dodgers, but if they make the playoffs, sure, anything can happen. We talk about that all the time. Look.
That's a weird. That's a weird opt out.
I like the move because they needed the player, and it's a player I wanted. I would have loved it more if there weren't opt outs.
Yeah.
I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah, of course.
But they got the player, and to get a player on a short term deal like this, you have to make concessions that seem absurd. Like paying a guy $42 million a year who's not worth $42 million a year.
Right. You have to do it. We have any more from Evan Quays? If you could look up if you have any more from him. Because I know they did break down, I believe, that opt-out. He's got a full no-trade clause, by the way, too.
Mm-hmm.
Full no-trade. Mm-hmm. Which I don't care. Fuck it. Who gives a shit?
I'll be honest with you. He has a great year with us this year. I think he does opt on. I think the Mets try to get him back. Honestly, but I think they like that he's still young.
Very young.
He's 50-50 defensively, but again, I think he'll get better because of if the turf thing is real, I think he'll be much better here.
I read something that the last few years, like his like DRS has like risen dramatically. Again, take that for, like I think it was year 23 and 24. His DRS like increased like dramatically.
Yes, I actually saw that as well. When I was looking at it after he signed, when it came out. So yeah, that's true.
Okay. So Quays, what else do we got? I know I had a lot to talk about. Oh, payroll. Now, again, I could be wrong, but as of right now, this is an approximate guess from what I looked up.
Mm-hmm.
Mets payroll is anywhere between $310 and $320 million after today's signing. So What were we last year? I think we were around like 340. I guess it was, right? Something like that. Let me get it. I have it right here. Hold on. Okay. The New York Mets estimated payroll for the 2026 season is projected between 310 and 320 million. Currently, they have approximately 275 million allocated for the season, with about 223 million already committed, which includes various players, benefits, and costs. This represents a decrease from their 2025 payroll of 342 million. But again, take that with a grain of salt, because if they're at 342, I don't think they're done.
Right.
There's no chance they're done.
Right.
Patty says 342.
Right.
Well, it says they're between 310 and 320, and you figure they're going to add at least 2 more players. A pitcher, probably via trade. Peralta, I think, what does Peralta make, like $8 million? Like, he makes nothing. I think it's 8 or 9 million. I don't think it's a lot. I could be wrong.
I gotta look at his thing. Yeah.
And what's his name? Alcantara, I think he makes about 18. He makes a little bit more.
Right. Yeah. I gotta look and see what exactly his contract is right now. But yeah, I don't think he makes that much.
Well, I mean, that move to me today, if they're saying he's going to play third base, that changes everything. Because now I would believe Beatty is going to be moved in a trade. Has to be.
He's making $8 million right now.
8 million Peralta, right?
And then he's
Okay.
he's unrestricted free agent next year.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, and he's going to get big bucks next year. Big bucks.
Right. The Mets have an option to extend him if they trade for him. So, which I think they will. I don't unless they're looking at it from a standpoint of, we'll get Peralta for this season to see what he does this year, and then it puts us in a position to where we can either bring him back and get a school ball, or don't bring him back and just try to go for a school ball. So, but
I mean, they're definitely all in on school ball.
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll see how that plays.
I just can't see the Mets being done after today. There's no way.
There has to be a move coming.
Right, you don't commit $42 million a year to Bo Bichette, and then you say, okay, we're done. There's no chance that happens to me.
No. There has to be a move coming. Whether it's to go get an outfielder. Remember, they can still pivot back to the Luis Robert.
I like that. Or Brenton Doyle, whatever his name is.
Him, which is
Colorado.
Do pivot back to the White Sox and be like, yo, we'll give you Vientos, we'll give you Luis Acuna, for Louis.
How many years left does Louis have? 2, right?
Louis,
or is this it? This might be it.
I mean, let me see. I don't know. You know what?
Patty says Zach Gallen, but he's got a pick attached to him. So then the Mets would, I think they lose. I don't think they'll go free agent, Patty, because I think they lose their first 4 picks or 5.
Yeah, he's a free agent after this year, after 2027. He has
Robert.
Yeah, he has not a qualifying. He has 20 mil. He's getting paid 20 mil right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, that would raise the payroll now to what? 330. And then if you add a Peralta, it's only 8 million. But if you add Alcantara, that's another 20. So, Alcantara, I don't know if they'll trade. I don't think they will want to trade for a guy making 20 million. And that's why Robert might be out too. That's a lot of money for Robert, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And the kid in Colorado sort of projects the same as him, like numbers wise. I know he's not great. I think his name is Doyle. I forget his first name. I think it's like Breton or something. Yeah. He's their center field, but he's a right-hander though.
You know what? To be honest with you, I think if you're gonna try, if you're gonna get an outfielder, bro, you might as well just try to go after Belly.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
because
And
you
do
got
the same thing.
yeah. If it wasn't for Bichette, I would have said no. But now that you got now that you got Bichette, you know, I would.
And you put Bellinger in center field, obviously.
To be honest with you, I put him at left.
Really?
Yeah, I'll put him at left. He played left field for the Yankees last year. I think that left field spot could be definitely for him. And you're talking about, like I said, your number 4 hitter in the lineup, lefty guy who's versatile. So if there's days where Beatty isn't gonna play or Beatty's gonna be a DH, you put Belly at first. But I you know, as much as people don't like this, I think they start off with Tyrone Taylor at center field because he is a really good defensive center fielder, and he's gonna be in the bottom of your lineup, so he really won't be that much of a concern.
What do you think an offer to Bellinger looks like?
We don't that right there. That comment, Mets want Durant for Beatty. That's not 100% true. I don't know if that's 100% true.
Wait, what did he say? Mets want Duran for Beatty? Well, they did lose a third baseman.
Yeah, but we don't know necessarily if that's exactly what they want.
It was Boston once.
No, he said Mets want Duran for Beatty.
Okay, the Mets want it, but we don't know if Boston wants that.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we don't even know if the Mets want that.
Correct.
There hasn't been an article from Salmon or Heyman.
Oh, now we're going to hear all types of different things. Or maybe we won't hear a thing. The Mets front office is like, you know.
Right. I just, again, I go by Salmon. I think to me, Salmon's the number 1 Mets insider. And he hasn't really said anything about that. So, in terms of Belly contract, for me,
yeah, well, like just in general, what do you think it looks like a Bellinger contract?
For me,
I think
I would do 6 years, 160.
You would give him 6 years?
If he doesn't want to back down, I do the 6 years, 160 because it's only 26 mil AAV.
But what did the Yankees offer? Didn't the Yankees offer him like something close to that?
The Yankees offered him it was 30 mil per year.
Okay, so we're gonna have to beat that.
It was 5 years, 30 mil per year.
I would go 4 years, 160 on Bellinger.
Let me see. 4 years,
40 million a year.
Yeah, but see, I'd rather do the 160 because you're 26 per year.
Right, but the Mets, there's going to be opt-outs in the deal.
Of course.
The Mets seem to like these short-term deals with high AAV. And again, yes, you're 100% right. It's a huge overpay. But if you want to get him on 3-4 years, you're going to have to overpay him, just like we overpaid Bichette.
If the only way I see them going after Belly is if they really want him.
And where do you think they stay? I would think he fits everything they want to do.
I would think so too, but that's the thing. I don't. It's gonna either go 2 ways. Either they have a convo with Belly, be like, "Yo, the most we'll give you is 4 to 5 years.
Right.
Come here. You're versatile. You're playing in a nice ballpark. You're added to a lineup that's looking fresh with Bichette. You're playing with Soto. You're playing with Lindor. Whatever. But then if it gets to a point where it's like, yo, he wants to stay at 6 and the Mets are willing to go 6, I would think the offer that I just said, the 6-160 would actually work because you're talking about you're getting Belly for 26 a year. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's
beautiful for what mind you, I'm sure he wants something in the 30s in terms of per year. 26. That's a steal.
Again, I would personally be more comfortable just on a 3-year deal, but I understand. See, to me, in 6 years, he's going to be playing first base at the end of that contract, if that.
He's played it before. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, he could play first base right now.
Right.
He played for the Cubs, right? He played first base. I'm sure he played for the Yankees.
He's played a couple for the Yankees, yeah, and then he's played some outfield for them as well. So,
I guess we'll have to see. I mean, we'll have to see.
yeah.
What do you think comes first, the pitcher or the next position player?
I think the pitcher does.
Really?
I think the pitching does. I think is now that they got their hitter, they now it's time to address the rotation.
I agree.
And that also means them maybe getting Framber. If
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But if they like Framber, Framber, I don't think Framber's he's gotten a deal yet.
Somebody's definitely offered him something.
I haven't seen anything. That's why I'm saying that, because I'm just like, I haven't seen anything in terms of Framber. I gotta look.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I definitely gotta see that.
Let's take a look at the Mets' projected lineup right now. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what we could find, if we could find any holes or whatnot in it. Quace, can you pull up the lineup? He's got us. All right, so here we go. This is just a projection. We don't know if this is for sure. Lindor, Soto.
I would switch that.
Okay. Bo, Polanco, Alvey, Beatty, Simeon. You see what they're doing, right? Righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, right. That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would.
Generally, the best hitter hits two.
Correct. I would. I mean, you might see it might start off like that. It might be Lindor, Soto, and then Bichette. I just think he looks so good as a number two, and then
I get it too.
Yeah,
but at 3, you're behind Lindor and Soto. That's guaranteed to have a runner on first, and he hit 44 doubles last year.
right.
So he's going to be a huge run producer. This is the other lineup they had. And
Soto, Bichette, Jorge Polanco, Simeon, Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez, Carson
Bench. So in this situation, Simeon's moved up.
Let's see that. Damn, they don't even have Vientos in this lineup. That's such a disrespect.
No.
God damn.
You keep it up.
That's a disrespect, man.
The second one, Quace.
Either of them, both of them don't have it. God.
I mean, what's your thoughts on like this in general? Like, again, I like Simeon, but I do think he's on the decline. I mean, yesterday he was hitting second. Now he's hitting fifth.
I mean, yeah, because you got better hitters. That's why. But for a number fifth, if you're gonna go with this lineup right here for a number 5 hitter, he's not that bad. He's not bad. Trust me, he's not bad. I just think people look at the age factor and they're like, oh, he's going down, and it's like last year he kind of dealt with a bit of injuries. But other than that, he's been good, man. He's a good defender. That's the one thing that I think David Stearns is looking at. You got rid of a bad defender in left field and put it in 2 defenders that are okay, and Nimmo and McNeil, and you just upgraded defensively. So, and I know the Nimmo thing, people are like, you just traded away a outfielder for a for an infielder, and it's like, yeah, they not only did they free themselves from money, but they can upgrade at that position. They upgraded in 2 positions just based off that trade, and then the trade with Jeff McNeil.
I saw something where they had the I don't know if you saw it. It was on X, but they had all like the replacements we've done, like a lot, like all how they're hit in runners in scoring position. Did you see that?
Way better.
Yeah, can you pull that up? Do you know who did that? It was a reporter.
I didn't see the specific post you're talking about, but I know somebody did like a side by side of like,
Yeah, it was like up and down.
oh my God, Eddie, I was in heaven. I was like, oh
Yeah, because the runners in scoring position is fucking insane.
bro, we are gonna have
With Polanco, with Semyon, with Bo Bichette,
all contact,
compared to Pete Nimmo
all
and
guys who
McNeil.
guys who barely strike out. So you're talking about a factor where, remember, last year we were what, 0-72 after the 8th inning?
Yes.
Dude, we're trailing after the 8th inning. That's exactly why these moves are being made. Because of that struck a nerve with David.
Of course.
Which all of us, how many times did we keep complaining about that? So you're making those moves to eliminate that. And I like that. Listen, he took a risk. He was like, listen, 5 years at the same core, they haven't done shit. We got to retool. It's not. I want my fans to understand it was never going to be a
rebuild.
Rebuild. It was never going to be.
Top. I'll tell you in the beginning, I thought it was. Nah, I'm just being honest.
After bat, I said they can't do it because you still have Soto and you still got Lindor in their prime. They're not going to take that risk. You can retool and obviously add better players to still keep yourself in the conversation.
Oh, look at this! Can you actually pull that forward, Quace? Because I can't. I got bad eyes. Top, can you want to read that off to everybody? Because I could barely see it.
Oh, the Mets 2025 F WAR changes. The player subtracted is Brandon Nimmo with a +3, 3.0 F WAR. Pete Alonso 3.6, Edwin Diaz, and these are all pluses, by the way. Well, a couple of them. Nimmo +3.0, Alonso +3.6, Edwin Diaz +2.0, Jeff McNeil +2.1, Tyler Rogers +0.4, Ryan Helsley -0.2, obviously. Gregory Soto +0.2, Cedric Mullins is +0.2, Danny Young +0.2, Ryan Stanek +0.1, Starlin Marte +0.7, Jesse Winker. Jesse Winker's a -0.1.
One, yeah.
+0.9, Max Kranick +0.3, Frankie Montas 0.0,
all right,
0.0, which is a total of +13.4. And then the players added Bo Bichette a +3.8, Devin Williams a +1.4, Luke Weaver a +0.5, Marcus Semien a +2.1, Jorge Polanco with +2.6. Huang Bei is -0.
Who the fuck is that? Juan Bays.
Oh,
that's the Asian guy they added today, right?
No. That's no. That the one we added today is a different one. And then you got Cooper Criswell, which is 0.0.
He's never gonna hit the field, Cooper Criswell. So we're still a -3.2.
I mean, a -3.2, but we were worse with the ones that we got rid of. So, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it regardless.
Right. The biggest losses are Pete, Diaz, and Nimmo. And Nimmo to me is not like he's a good hitter, but his fielding to me was trash.
For Nimmo, yeah. For Nimmo, yeah. He started kind of getting a little bit he started kind of getting worse defensively. He was on a decline. He was on a decline defensively.
He like really, really came down.
Yeah, he was on a decline defensively.
Well, all right. Well, look, we still have more moves to make. Right? We're not done. Definitely not done.
No.
I just question where they go next. To me, the glaring need is starting pitching. It's got to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that it makes too much sense.
For sure. Yeah, they definitely gotta they definitely gotta address the pitching. Do I think they do it now? I think they do. But we'll see. We'll see how aggressive they get.
Well, all right. You figure let's do the starting rotation. There's no pictures of the starting rotation, right? We'll just ring it off. So you figure Holmes is going to be the number one, right?
Are you factoring in any trades or just how it is right
No,
now?
no trades. We're going to talk about the trades.
Oh, okay.
So let's just go as if we're starting a team tomorrow. Holmes is the number one, I guess.
I mean, it depends. It could be Home. It could be McLean. If you don't add anything, McLean would be you're more consistent.
But do you want to give him that many innings right up the rip?
No, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Eddie. If that's the whole reason why a trade would have to happen, so you don't have to put him in that.
Pull that forward. You got to pull that forward. There we go. All right. So
yeah,
McLean, Peterson, Holmes, Minaya, Senga.
that's exactly. If they don't add anybody, that's exactly how I see that going.
McLean had. Those are projections. Those are the projected numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know who I think is going to bounce back? If I had to pick out of all these guys, it's going to be Minaya. I think he's the guy that bounces back because he was hurt.
I mean, maybe, man. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe he does come back and he shows more. He has a better outing than he did. Now, obviously, I'm not saying 2024, but maybe he does have a much better outing, and you keep him in that fourth spot in that rotation.
Because he was hurt, man. And when he was on in 2024, he was great. I mean, he shut down the Dodgers, remember?
That's why I don't give him too much shit. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, Manaya's this, Manaya's that. He's not the same. And I was like,
he was hurt.
He was hurt.
And he never recovered from it.
No, he didn't. But again, he's coming back healthy. Let's, knock on wood that he does.
Right. So, who's your biggest bounce back guy?
Call me crazy. Senga.
Really?
Now Senga's moving down in a less pressure situation as your number 5. I think he can bounce back now that the pressure's there. He's not used as an ace like he was previously.
I hope you're right about that. Shout out to you, Jennifer. Appreciate you. I hope you're right because that guy, if he comes back, he's the ace. He's got the best stuff. It's either him or McLean. You could take a pick.
Yeah, right. I would lean more towards McLean right now.
Right, and obviously, but in the past, when this guy's been healthy, that ghost forkball strikes people out. It is no joke.
Yeah, he just gives up the long ball too much, bro. He
walks too many people.
Yeah, he's just very inconsistent. That's why I don't think they take that chance with him right now. I think they put him at a 5 and be like, listen, we're gonna give you one last shot before you shit the bed and we trade you in the trade deadline. At that point.
Or they might. I mean, well, no. What does he have? Another year after this year? One more year? Yeah, $15 million. I mean, he's going to be a reclamation project. I really hope you're right, because if he's right,
yeah,
they're set.
I can see. I could definitely see it.
What do you think went wrong with him? Do you think he's just soft? Because I kind of have that feeling that he's soft.
I mean, listen,
he is.
I'm not gonna. If you're hurt, you're hurt. But when he did come back, he didn't seem right. There were times where he was leaving the ball in the zone too much and giving up a lot of walks. Like I said, he just couldn't really find his rhythm, and it really messed him up. But I think that making adjustments, being able to pitch in the bottom of the rotation where, like I said, there's less pressure and you can fix yourself in that. I think that'll help him. I think that would definitely help him.
Yeah, I mean, look, as Patty say, his Ks were good, and she's right. His Ks are awesome. I mean, that's what I love about the guy. The problem I have with him is that you're excellent, but you come with instructions. He needs a 6-man rotation. He needs 6 days of rest. Like, he comes with instructions. I want a dog. I want a guy that goes out every 5 days and pitches his ass off, like, like a Jacob deGrom type of guy. That's what I want. But they're hard to come by, unfortunately, and especially in house baseball, because they all go to the Dodgers. But
that's why Nolan McLean is off limits right now.
of course he's off limits.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking about, what's his name? Guy in Pittsburgh.
Skeens. Paul Skeens.
Skeens. That's the only guy. That's the only way we got.
That's another one I'd trade the fucking farm for.
Of course.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
But now let me ask you this. Now here's our rotation. It's going to be a 6-man rotation. We all know that. Who's the 6th guy?
Probably be Senga.
No. It's going to be one of the kids. It's going to be McLean. It's going to be either Scott, Sproat, or Tom.
Well,
unless they sign somebody like our Griffin Canning or somebody.
If you go the route of trading for a pitcher, let's say they do get Peralta, and you're talking about Peralta, you're talking about I wouldn't put Nolan as your number 2. I'd put him as a number 3.
But I'm saying let's take trades out of this for a second, right? Because we could get to the trades. But I'm saying what we got
now. Yes, if they're on the situation where it's like, yo, let's bring Griffin Canning back, yeah, then yes.
But what if they don't? What if they say, listen, we're not bringing Griffin Canning back? Excuse me for a second. The dogs are barking. But which kid slots in? Is it Scott? Is it Tom? Or is it Sproat?
I would have to think it would be one of them between Tong and Sproat. I don't think they just.
You think Tong is going to go back to the minors and build himself back up?
I would hope they do, because of how much he struggled last year. Kind of just give him his confidence back a little bit and let him start off fresh and then bring him up. Sproat, I think. I don't know. It's based on spring training. It's based
right. Who wins the job, basically.
Right.
And the good thing is they all have options, so it's not like we're running out of options.
Right.
What do you think happens with Mauricio? Because he's got one option left.
Think he stays down there.
Really?
I think he stays down there, man.
You don't think they'll bring him up?
Nah. There's no fit for him right now.
Or he gets traded. Now we can get back into the trades. So you seem like every time I talk to you, you always bring up Freddie Peralta. You really seem very high on Freddie Peralta.
I've always liked the guy.
I agree.
Right.
However, I just can't see them trading him. I can't see it. But if they like somebody in our organization, then I see it.
So that's an organization that still, regardless of how good they are, they want to stay young. They got a lot of young hitters. They got a lot of young guys in their rotation. Obviously, they got a Woodruff. So Woodruff is probably I think 30, 31. So he'd probably be like the oldest one in their rotation. But
he makes big bucks too, right?
Yeah, he does. But they're still trying to stay young. So if I'm looking at it from a perspective of Freddie Peralta's 28, 29, 30, I think. I got to double check that. But
yeah, find that out. Find out how old Peralta is, because that's big. Because if he's 20 in his 20s, then you could get a 7-year extension and you're not going to think twice about it.
Correct. Let me see.
Oh, look at that.
He's 29. So
he's 29. So is he going to be 30 this year or 29 this year?
He's going to be 30 this year. His
okay, so he's getting up there. All right, so he's going to be 30. So you get age 30, and then you got to re-sign him for 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So he's going to get at least a 5-year extension, at least.
Until 2026 Mets rotation, Freddie Peralta, Framberg, Nolan McLean. That's actually, wow. It's like, I would sign up for that.
Of course.
That's a tough.
That's like almost unbeatable.
I would definitely sign up for that. Yeah. Except I would put, like I said, depending on Jonathan and Brandon Sproat, whereas, damn, but Kodai's not even in the thing. Ooh, okay.
They don't even have Kodai in there. Mm-mm. So Kodai would be moved for possibly maybe a center fielder. Maybe that gets you.
Maybe Kodak
Maybe
goes,
the Red Sox will take Kodai for what's his name?
or maybe Kodak goes to Milwaukee
Hey, that's a good point.
for Freddie.
That's actually really, yeah. That's actually I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, maybe.
And then he pitches his ass up, but would
Which
we have to eat money on that?
piss me the fuck off, but yeah. But
Hey, you know he's going to be real good there too.
shit,
There's no pressure.
if he goes 7 innings and only gives up 3 hits against us and has fucking 6 strikeouts.
Right.
Fuck, like we were waiting for you to do this on a consistent basis since your rookie year. You haven't done shit.
Well, he's had halves where he's been great,
Hurt, right?
but it's just
It would still suck because there's so much potential with him. So
Peterson is sort of the same way though.
yeah, Manaya's not even in the fucking rotation in this rotation right here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that means they're going balls to the wall. Manaea is going to be here.
I would take the fucking thing, but yeah, I don't see the
I don't think Framber's coming.
Yeah, I don't see the.
I don't think Manaea is going anywhere.
I don't see Framber getting the money from that he wants from the Mets.
Yeah, I mean, look, that would be dope. Whoever came up with that, got good creativity. However, I just don't see it happen.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
Yeah.
So, last things, before we wrap up, if you had a wild card signing for the Mets, just out of the blue, and I'll give you mine, who would it be?
It would have to be Belly.
Really? Okay.
Because
see that to me is sort of like not like we're kind of in on him.
All right, I say it's a wild card because of you're talking about a player that the Mets wouldn't necessarily give him what he would want, but they end up getting him on a shorter deal, and they end up bringing him back to earth. I think that would right there be that would be a wild card for me, because you know what it is. Watching what's going on with him, I don't think him and Boris are letting off that 6 years. I think they're like, no, we want our 6 years.
Right, and I agree with that.
That's his issue. That's his issue. He's gonna have a Pete moment where Pete had to take remember the first deal he took with us before he opted out.
Yeah. Shorter. What was it like?
I think he's gonna run into that because I don't think teams are looking at him, and I think the team, Yankees are looking at him like, bro, you're not worth 6 years, and I think the Mets are gonna be in that same situation.
I think if the Mets get him, I think it's going to be on like a 3-year deal, same as like Bichette, where they pay him like 40-something million, and then if he takes it, great.
Maybe they do give him the opt-outs with a 6-year deal. Maybe that's where it goes. Where I think what you could do an opt-out after 2, I think, or 2 or 3.
With Belly?
Yeah, if you give him a 6-year deal and you give him an opt-out after 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think they do it that way. I think they look at it and they be like, listen, no full no trade clause. We'll give you an opt-out after 2. And we'll give you your 6 years just because they want them, and they're like, fuck it at this point, because they really got the bat that they wanted, and that was Bichette. So they're like, we'll just add another good bat, and he'll help us out defensively.
If I had a wild card guy, I know you guys aren't going to like this. I think it's going to be Harrison Bader.
Oh my Jesus. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that
because I could sort of see him coming here. I don't think it's going to take big money. I think you could probably get him for maybe $18 million on like a 1-year deal.
Yeah, probably. I don't think he'd mind.
Yeah, that's an overpay too for him. That's a big overpay.
18 mil, yeah. That's.
I mean, what was his statistics last year? I don't know. Did he even hit 20 homers? I don't think so.
No, I don't think
he might have. He went off in Philly.
Remember, he started with Minnesota, then got traded. Let me see.
Right, he balled out. That's why I think that again, this is just a take, and it's a wild take, but I think Bader could be their guy.
I completely forgot about Bader. He has 17 home runs last year.
What was his average?
His average
On
was
base, give me everything.
277. On
That's
base,
good.
347 with an OPS of 796. And if
So I think a 1 year and if you look on Baseball Savant, how does he as a center fielder? Is he one of the better ones? I'm gonna let me pull that up.
let me see.
Because I want to know his fielding metrics. If they're off the charts,
There's a lot. You know what sucks with him? There's a lot of blues when it comes to his offense.
his range is 92, which is excellent. Arm value sucks, 48, but that's not the worst. But his arm strength is 84, so he could throw the ball. His value means that he doesn't hit the target.
Right.
So that's what that means.
Right,
1
right.
year, 18 million. Give me Harrison Bader.
I wouldn't be mad.
He's got a lot of blues with the bat. I see it.
Yeah.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it just depends what Harrison Bader you get, you know.
Right. Do you get the Harrison Bader from 2024 when he hit 236 with 17 stolen bases and a 657 OPS, or to get the Harrison Bader from last year who hit 277, 17 homers, and a 796 OPS? That's pretty good.
Right. If they don't get a belly, I think they pivot to that.
But again, with Bader, you're too right-handed. But I guess you were going to go with what's his name, Tyrone Taylor. It really doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
He's better than Taylor.
Yeah, in a way.
Now, don't get me wrong. To the audience, to everybody's listening, I want Cody Bellinger. Do not get me wrong. I just don't know if Stearns is going to go there.
Right.
I think he's going to go there with the pitcher. Go in, put the pieces in with the trade.
Right. Yeah. I think he's getting there with pitching. I think that's where they pivot next. Unless they're trying to do all the hitters in one, and they're just trying to get who they want to get offensively for the lineup, and then they end up pivoting to the pitching. But yeah.
I'll tell you this:
3 weeks before the pitchers and catchers report to spring training. So
at the end of the day, we got Bo Bichette. All right, we got a guy that we got him on a 3-year deal. Talk about a pivot, right? What a great pivot. That's to me. All those people that were talking shit about Cohen and Stearns yesterday. Oh, they have no plan. They had a backup plan to Kyle Tucker, and this was it. So give them credit. They are doing their job. And it's not like Bo Bichette's not a consolation prize. He's legit.
Absolutely.
He's legit. He's one of the purest hitters in baseball. I mean, he's led the league in hits for like three of the last 5-6 years, something like that. He's great.
Right.
Oh, Patty likes Tyrone over Bader. Wow. Okay. Because let me guess, Patty, you think he's going to revert back to being Bader from 2024, correct? That has to be it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we got Bo Bichette. We got versatility. He could, God forbid, Lindor goes down. He could play shortstop. Now I know he's not great, but Acuna can too, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Play second base, play third, left field. I wonder if he could play center. Probably not.
That would be the test. I mean, I don't know. Depends if they want to see that.
Right. But again, we're talking about a team that put Jeff McNeil in center field last year. Jeff McNeil.
They thought the defensive metrics would work.
And Brandon Nimmo it really worked. Wow.
Yeah.
But I listen, I give David Stearns a lot of credit. I do. Short-term commitment, high-end talent, roster flexibility, and no dead money. It's not they're going to be dead money for 3 years. You know this guy's going to produce unless he gets hurt.
No dead money. You want to know something? I know he really hasn't done anything yet in terms of win anything, but he stick to his philosophy. Whether the fans love it or hate him, he's like, listen, this is the route that I want to go. You guys are on board, or you guys are not.
Right. And now we got an anchor in the lineup. Now that Pete left, we got to anchor back. High average guy, high OPS, 44 doubles.
They got better defensively, and I think that's the key thing. I think that's what they were looking at. They were like, listen, offense is gonna come naturally, but I need defenders in here. You're not gonna win baseball games if you don't got good defenders, and I think that's just what it was.
I think they got clutch factor too.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Now we got guys that can hit with runners in scoring position. That was such a. What like you mentioned, 0-72 after the 8th inning. Like, do you have any spark whatsoever? Like, we would go nuts over this.
Yeah.
Great day to be a Mets fan, man. And shout out to Steve Cohen too.
Yeah.
Everybody gave him shit about not opening up his wallet, and his checkbook.
Yeah, can't find it on them, man. They did a really good pivot, man. Not even with the Tucker thing. I can't even get mad at them. They offered him 55 per year. 55
right.
per year. That's insane.
Right. And he's not even that good. He's really good. He's really good, but he's not a star.
He's good. He's not a superstar. And they were
right.
The Dodgers give him superstar money. Like they fucking said, yo, here, like, just take it. This motherfucker wants a ring. Cool. They pivoted to their next best option and they got him. They stole him from the Phillies. See, that's why I always say Philly fans could kiss my ass, because we know no matter what it is, we own the Phillies. The Mets continue to own the Phillies, and they just robbed the player that they wanted the most.
Yeah. And look, like M-Easy says, it's nice to have, a guy that could potentially hit between 280 and 300. That's like a good thing, bat to ball, hitting doubles, getting on base. How many times did we see strikeouts in big opportunities last year? Or second and third, no out. Couldn't get a run in. Oh, I had enough of that, man. Enough.
That 1-2-3 combination with Lindor, Bichette, and Soto was gonna feel like fucking heaven.
Right.
Oh my god, I can't wait. And the second year Soto, whew, yo, the league better watch out, bro.
You think he could put up 50 this year or what?
He could probably do it.
50 homers?
If he starts off hot, he could probably do it.
I want to see.
I'm talking about an MVP here. Like I'm talking about like him actually winning the MVP this year.
I hope so. Well, he's got protection now. Now you can't pitch around him to what's his name? Jorge Polanco.
Because Jorge could hit the shit out the ball too. That's another thing.
Well, he's another guy that hits with runners in scoring position.
A switch hitter with really good numbers and runners in scoring position that has a little bit of pop. I mean, he took Scooble deep twice in the playoffs. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Stearns knew what he was doing. He took the bullets. He was like,
and he could hit left-handers.
Yes, he's a switch hitter. I think that's the best part. You put him remember, he's there to fulfill your first base / DH obligations. If he's not playing first base and he's your DH, you have a really good contact hitter who's a switch hitter. I don't think Met fans or anybody comprehend.
Yeah,
what it is like.
Yeah, my only question with Polanco is him at first. That's my only question with him.
I'll take the risk at this point. I'll take.
They had to know something we don't.
They probably had a conversation with him, and he was willing to do it. They said, "Listen,
but not just willing to do it. We want him to do it and do it well."
Well, right.
Is he? I believe he's a right-handed glove. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe so. Yes. I just think they had the conversation with him, like, yo, we already have Marcus Semien here. He's gonna be our second baseman because he's really good defensively at second base.
Him and Lindor are gonna be insane up the middle.
That double play combo is gonna be so nasty.
Right.
I can't wait.
No Jeff McNeil to worry about.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. They listen. It after Pete was gone, it didn't look right.
No.
They found ways to pivot and make it much better than what it originally was. I wanted Pete back, but you know what?
I did too.
I
Or
understand.
I would have took Schwarber. That was my whole saying. No Pete, give me Schwarber.
Yeah, in terms of the offensive production, correct.
Like the bombs.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hitting bombs. So M. Easy says, what does he got? Former middle infielders moving to first base and third base is not as big deal as people are trying to make it out to be. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Again, it takes time for them to adapt. I think they'll be fine. I really do. Unless it gets really bad to where like the errors are up there and stuff like that, then of course within time you're gonna have
Top, hold it down for 2 minutes. Hold it down.
You're gonna have that as a concern. But again, you're willing to take that risk with the hitters that you have. Nobody's a liability in this lineup. Nobody is. And Eddie put 2 different versions of the lineup at SNY's version, and then they put Talking Baseball's version. The lineup is much better than what it was last year. I'm being so honest. The way that the Mets and David Stearns has been able to pivot, you gotta commend them. There should be no reason why Met fans are finding ways to really give them negativity. They found their way to stick to their moves, to pivot, to be able to add certain guys that they feel the philosophy defensively and still make contact. And I think that's what it was. We need guys that are going to hit the ball consistently, but also play really good defense. And that's what you saw. Marcus Semien could still hit. Yes, he's not who he was in 2021 with Toronto, but he could still hit. And I think that they take that into consideration, and I think that will play a factor into what they're trying to build here. They're still trying to make the playoffs. Now, will they make the playoffs? Is obviously baseball's baseball. You got to let that marinate. You got to let that go consistently. You got to let that build within time. But I think they make the playoffs, whether that's to win a division or make the wild card.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Are we today, right now, are the New York Mets a playoff team? Yes or no?
I think so.
Okay. I think right now we're a third wild card. I think second or third, something like that. I'm not going to say like 87, 88 wins. I don't think we're there yet. But I think around 86, I want to say, right now. Right. Again, you give me a pitcher and you give me a left fielder, center fielder like that, then I think I'm going to move the bar even more.
Wild card or not, bro, I think they make the playoffs. Too. Yo,
we got a tough division. That's the problem.
If they take the division with this team, bro, you're gonna see a whole different side of top bunk. I might just be puffing my chest and talking shit because nobody has us winning the division. So they better hope we don't win the division, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, nobody has winning the division a month ago. Now things are looking different.
I don't even
much different
division now, dude. Honestly, I really honestly, I'm being so dead ass. Really, I'm.
All right, so let's talk about this. The obvious threats: Philly, Atlanta, and to a degree the Marlins, I guess, right?
Depending on how they start off.
Depending on what they do, we don't know. Like the Marlins, they always play us tough. Like we have a terrible record versus the Marlins the last couple of years, or last year at least.
Yeah, we
like
suck at the Marlins.
Right. We don't play well down in Miami for whatever reason. Yeah. Now, you look at the Phillies. They're an older team. Realmuto took a step back last year. They lost Suarez. Right? Who they re-signed Schwarber. Did they bring anybody that I'm forgetting? I think they did make a move. I believe they did sign somebody.
Realmuto was the last one. They just
but I want to say they signed a big name during free agency, during like the winter meetings or something.
The Phillies?
Yeah.
Nah, they haven't made a move since the Schwarber move.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The Realmuto is their recent big move, which they had to make because the Bichette, they wanted Bo, and we snagged that from them. We stole that. That was a straight steal. That was
give me that shit.
When Bob Nightingale put that out, and said that Bo Bichette was asking for 7 years, 200 mil, and the Phillies gave him that, and the Mets like that. That was a
What do you think the Mets did?
it was a higher AAV. He probably wanted.
Who's Bo Bichette's who's he represented by? Is he a Boris guy? No, right?
No. Let me see. No, I don't think he is. Let me double check. I will check that for you right now. It's Vanier Sports. The same, Vanier Sports.
I never heard of him.
Yeah, he was part of CAA Sports, the sports agency for CAA, and then he went to Vanier. I actually never heard of them either.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, so as we wrap up, we talk about the division. The Braves are going to be better because everybody's coming back.
True.
They don't have Ozuna yet. They maybe resign him. Who knows? Right? Like, we don't know what's going to happen there. But again, they're going to have a lot. Like, Acuna's going to be back. I think, what's his name? But the big first baseman, he's back. Guy that kills us all the time.
1 second, Eddie. Give me. Yeah, you can just keep it going just for a couple seconds.
Yeah, no doubt. Who else they got? Riley. I think he was hurt last year at some point. And then they're pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sale still on that team, right?
I think he is. Is he?
Yeah.
No, I think he is. I think he is. But they got better bullpen wise. Suarez is on there. Robert Suarez. Remember they signed Robert Suarez.
Right. Okay.
So
he's going to be what? Their closer, I guess?
Most likely.
Did they still have the old guy from the Angels, or he's gone? Oh, no, he's gone. He went to somewhere else.
Iglesias,
yeah.
No, Iglesias is still there, but I think he's going to be their setup.
Oh, he's an 8th inning guy now?
Yeah.
He's been there for a while.
I mean, yeah.
So the Braves will be good. They always are. Remember, they got off to that horrible start. They never recovered.
Injuries, man.
Right.
Injuries.
Let's hope we start off the year. I just want consistency. I don't want to see us starting off hot and then going ice cold. I don't want to repeat of that last year because that's been the Mets' MO. We start off great, but we never finish strong.
Right.
That's always been their problem. So.
And injuries have played a big factor in that, man.
Yeah. All right. Anything else left to say to the people? I think we covered just about everything.
Nah, man. Hey, listen. Right now, there's still a couple moves to be made in terms of the outfield, in terms of the pitching. I think they tackle the pitching now that they got their hitter. But listen, Bo Bichette, one of the best infield hitters in baseball, man. I know people are gonna look at his defensive numbers and kind of question it. He'll get better within time, man. Let him get comfortable. Let him adjust. New team, new ballpark.
Right.
He'll be good. I don't think it's a worry. But they were not going to miss out on another big player after the Tucker thing. They put all their chips in the Tucker thing. They got used. They went to the next option. They signed them the next day.
Exactly. 12 hours later.
They didn't even wait. So I think we're a much better team. And you know what? I'll be honest with you, Eddie. I think there's less pressure for this team than it was last year. And now everybody kind of gets to exhale and just play their baseball. And I think it's a much better team. So I can't wait. But there's still moves to be made, man.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it was the ultimate pivot to me. The ultimate pivot and the ultimate move by the owner to say, okay, we lost Tucker. Here we go. This is what we're going to do.
Correct.
And we went out, short-term deal, high AAV. We've been doing what we said we were going to do. Now, you go out, you make the trade for a starting pitcher, whoever that is, whether it's Peralta, I don't even know. Because you know what I've learned with the Mets? I don't know what their next move is. But I know they got something up their sleeve, that's for sure. And I guarantee you we're going to get another starter pitcher. We'll get a center fielder, and that should do it. And then you wrap it up, and may the best man win in spring training, and you go from there.
Correct.
But with that said, appreciate the 1,500 plus people in here. Thank you so much for coming in. Again, if you can, go to my YouTube, Garden City, that's CITI Media. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. Also, follow my man at Top Bunk Sports. Hit that like, hit the subscribe. I think it's the same on YouTube for you and across all your platforms.
Yep.
Get my guy Top. With that said, let's go Mets. I appreciate everybody. Good night. God bless. Have a good weekend, everybody, too. Long weekend, everybody. Enjoy.